What up, man? So look, I know this is down on the ground and dirty, but look at all that, all over that black bag. Tear out's never so important to have something on so your lungs don't end up looking like that. So look, we're finally getting down to the nitty gritty. Come here, check this out. I'll bring them right in over here. So look how thick his pad is, which is typical. Okay, nothing special there. But what I do want to show you, see how we have this wrecking bar. When this slab was completely square and this thick, we could stick this under here and get it to pry ever so slightly. You know, weight's the only thing that kept this down. This never adhered to the mat, it never does. So what we were able to do was lift up a little bit with that one. We took another one, wedged it in, pushed down, then got this big long one in here to where the majority of it was under here. And what that did was that picked the whole pad up off the ground about an inch, maybe 2 inches right here, which allowed a dead blow to hit that pad and then crack it. Once it cracked, it started crumbling and falling apart. This is the last big massive one right here that we got. I'll end up picking up on this bar, shoving it up into here, getting it to lift up, and then we'll hit here, and this section here should break apart, and so on. With a pad this thick, you know, you've only got so many options. And then you got to sit here. This is the aftermath. You want them chunked up about this size. You know, it has the wire mesh in it, everything. You want them about that size. That way you can pack those out. We've got a cart out here on standby and set several of those in the cart and wheel that over there to the dumpster, to where we're heading to. So, all in all, everything's going according to plan. Demo day's fun. A lot of people out here go through it, man. You know, this here is 30 years old. It's typical. Once you get all that off, I mean, there you go. That's the aftermath right there. So it's not bad. It's just bad in the form of a block. With that block sitting here on the ground and you go to hit it, you're actually hurting the joist line underneath. That's why you need a little bit, just anything, half an inch, anything up off the ground. That way when you go to hit that, it's not going to let that transfer down there to the floor joists to add, you know, just that much more weight hitting on these joists, whatever we're standing on. So just wanted to point that out. We're going to try to get all the rest of this out, get it cleaned up. We knew this shower was going to be a bear. We seen anytime you see the rubber mat, you know. Bam! Progress. So we got this cut away now. This will let us get all these loose ones up here, get those down, and believe it or not, Tom, if you could show them back over here, this is why we cut down through this. This was a, they had these in here, the box is actually tied to this. They used it for their, these plates were all fastened right here to the wall. As you can see, they were all gapped. Every one of them were gapped. Wasn't no kind of load, wasn't any kind of anything. It's just once the ceiling was pitched to this, they started framing this in. Remember that old can light was up here, so that had to have a box to support that can light. Those arms were tied inside that box and nailed to support that light. And you know, they had runs in here just to make it a little bit stronger, because remember they had tile on that ceiling. So all in all, we're in good shape. We opened it right up. We got a vent here to move. It's the old bathtub vent. It's tied over here to the sink vent. So we're gonna go underneath the house, which by the way is actually nice. you can almost stand up as tall as we are up under the house and walk right through just about anywhere. So it's going to make life easy on the plumbing side and venting and everything else. So we'll keep you informed.
All right, so we ended our day yesterday. We're getting ready to start working this section right here now today. We got all that down yesterday. Look how all that cleaned up. So everything got situated. I'll tell you this, that pad, this bathroom had been here for 30 years. And that pad, whoever had laid all that, sloped that shower, the rubber, I mean, we did not find hardly any signs of anything. That is the only spot right there. So think about this, 30 years ago, no waterproofing, no membranes, none of that stuff. Whoever put that in, man, they did a remarkable job. I mean, the whole goal is to not have a shower leak, and there's, newer, more efficient methods today than obviously there were 30 years ago. But, kudos to the people who did that one. To have only that little spot down there on the wall, I mean, no signs of ever leaking, moisture, wicking, anything that you can think of. It was just really done well, really put together well. And, it held up for 30 years. So kudos to those people. We have, Tom's getting started now. We're going to go ahead, these individual boxes that were up here, we can't help but to think at one point that they had plants in there. Those were specifically made to house like dirt, being able to put a little water for your plants. We're just assuming just the way those are housed and everything. They were just like that copper box we took out. So again, we know that there was a lady in here that was big into plants and stuff. So that's what we're assuming was up there. All the fluorescent bulbs and everything that are up there, and it's just framework, prettying that all up, making that look good. So we're going to get into this side of it today and move forward.